Racing and Jesus with your hosts, Daniel Hillian and Mitch Reynolds.
That's right. It is episode 67 of Remain in the Race podcast. Always good to be getting together with the fellas, talking about some EDT racing. This is the number one EDT quad racing podcast in the world. Look it up, Google it. We're here for you, all the EDT racers out there, and anyone else that's even kind of curious about extreme dirt track racing, also known as TT. But as always, off the top, got to give a big shout out and welcome to the man. He's back. He was on out and about last episode. But Mitchell the Rocket Reynolds is here. What up, Mitchell?
What's up? Yes, definitely the sound quality is a little bit better than it was last time. And another thought I had as we were entering in here, we need to redo our intro because Landino is no longer a guest. I mean, he is Remain in the Race now. He is our man on the ground. He's our man racing, so we need to redo our intro.
Let me bring him in. The 924 of Landon Williams. What's up, Landon?
What's up, man? Yeah. Boots on the ground guy.
You really are, because there's things that me and the OG co-host over here can't do, and we send you with a stipend of Kevin. We got a funny story coming up about some things you ate that you spent your stipend on. But you're a guy. You're on the ground. You are in the media now. You got referred to as one of the podcast guys.
Yeah.
And he's doing live stream now. Go back and watch Open B. That is all Landon Williams. He made it 30 seconds before he was like, God, my arm's tired.
Yeah. Eric needs a raise because
he's the man.
I'm serious. I got 30 seconds in. I was like, how does he do this all the time?
It's a new level of respect.
Yeah. I was sitting there and I was like, my arm's getting a little tired. You know, I mean, guy's got arms still.
Yes, he does. While looking down at the sheet, checking the numbers, calling out the numbers, and doing all the things.
Standing on top of a camper.
Respect.
It's a lot harder than it looks, really.
It is. Yeah. It is, and he does a great job. And so big. He had a birthday since our last podcast.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Eric.
Ashcraft.
The Eric Ashcraft. But man, right off the top, big shout out. Speaking of Eric Ashcraft, Close Encounter Whitetail Outfitters, man. This is the time of the year. Eric's working on plots and things like that, getting stuff ready to go to support that industry. And so if you are a whitetail hunter and you want a great experience with a phenomenal guide, hit Eric up. You can reach out to him and follow him on all the social media platforms. He would love to book an event with you. And Dragon Race Fuels, man, I have been mixing some of this in, and I really like it. It burns good. I'm a big fan. Eric hooked me up. Been rocking the Dragon Race Fuels hat. I don't have it on tonight, but big shout out to those guys and a couple others, and we'll get to all the sponsors that make it happen. But 88 Live to Ride, All Terrain Motorsports, we love him. Kevin Allen, what a guy. He's all over the place. He's the man. Kaiser Wheels, 110% nutrition, which reminds me, I've got to put in an order, and I'm going to use their code REMAIN at checkout to save me a little cashola, because I don't know about the rest of the country, but it is hot.
Yeah, I think I need some of that as well.
Yes,
Dude,
you do.
Yeah, I'll get you. I need to get you some. But it is brutal out there, man. I went cycling Monday morning early. And I came back and I stopped at the end of my driveway, just turning all the gadgets and gizmos off. And I was just looking down, and it was like there was just a steady sink dripping. I didn't work that hard. I mean, it was a good ride. But it's just hot, man. It is hot. I'm going to go turn the air down just thinking about that. But, I got to give it up to all the sponsors who make it happen for us. So thank you to those guys. But it's been a couple weeks, so what have you guys been up to? We'll start across the table. Mitch, what have you been up to the last couple of weeks? I don't probably know sports, sitting around doing nothing.
None of that.
Eating candy, all
definitely
the things.
Watching movies, Netflix, feet kicked up, eating popcorn. Yeah, definitely. No, I haven't even turned on the TV till today, actually. No, I was. Now, I did follow the men's College World Series there
same.
As Arkansas was competing, and then yet again we had another implosion. But anyway, what a run. But I've been
Fun while it lasted.
I have been softballing. I think we softballed about 6 weekends in a row, but had a good time with it. This last weekend was definitely blistering, but the girls played fantastic and ended up state runner-up. So it was
awesome,
a really
man.
good performance there in the open class,
Yeah.
which is basically the highest level class in our division. So
Sweet.
that was cool. And then we faced the big bats. I mean, these girls literally, if our average weight is 65, theirs was 115.
They've got driver's license.
Oh, it was incredible. Yeah, they drove themselves to first and third base.
That's so
It was
funny.
incredible when they swung the bat. But anyway, one of our we turned our first true double play. So we've had double plays where a girl catches the ball and throws to a base where a girl has already left before they can get back.
Right.
But River actually had a walk-off double play. Ball hit to third base, steps on the base real quick, and throws the girl out at first. Bang, bang play. So it was really,
Sweet.
really, really cool, special moment for her. And then watching Brent, it felt like we played like 3 championship games.
Oh, I bet, man.
last Sunday. But
That's fun.
that's been
That's fun.
life for us. A lot of softball, definitely a lot of softball. But get a break coming up here and going on vacation, so that's gonna be nice.
Well, that's cool, man. That's always exciting to go and to do and to be part of all the things. And so it's been exciting. But Landon, you made a trip up north. Anything else exciting happening in your life?
Man, just a lot of racing.
A lot of racing.
A lot of work.
Birthday month for Brianna.
Yep,
Brianna,
yep,
we celebrated Brianna's birthday at
We
our
did.
house. I think you celebrated her birthday at your house. I think at
every
her
day that
mom's
week, I'm
house.
pretty sure.
Yeah, Brianna has a birthday week.
Okay,
Yeah.
a birthday
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, I mean,
understand.
she may even have a birthday month. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
seemed like we celebrated it forever, but hey, that's fine. So
We just kept going with birthdays.
yeah,
And that's
Fantastic.
okay. You know what? They only come around once a year, and I tell you what, if Big Red wants a birthday for a week, you know what? You got it.
that's right.
I'm here for it. Well, man, it's been good for me as well. Just been trying to, keep things moving right along. Got a little project that we're trying to get some documents and stuff closed down so we can get going on it. Just some shenanigans there, but little update on Cooper's protest. I have no news.
You have no news.
they told
Still
me-
have a shifter though.
No. We bit the bullet and we upgraded. We are now on a fully auto, still a 90, by the way, guys. Still
Okay.
a 90 CC4. They're just this one is an automatic, and the TRX 90 is a shifter. So we'll see. But I tell
the
you what,
TRX has been turned into a pit quad.
yes,
Okay.
yes, still bone stock, by the way.
Yeah.
Still bone stock. But I got Coop out on it. We've done some riding around the house, but we went and hit some trails last Friday, and did a couple starts with him. And he's like, "Man, Dad, all I got to do is give it gas. Like I don't have to worry about nothing." And I said, "I know, man." And so if for all you parents out there that have little guys and gals that race, Cooper he's not. Dude, he's such a sweet young guy and love him to death. And he's going to hug everybody. He's a big hugger, but he is not aggressive, like at all, except when it comes to any type of competition with his little sister.
Okay.
So it is, I'm going to beat her to the truck. I'm going to beat her to the light switch first, to the garage door button 1st, to the bathroom first, to the it's everything. He has to beat her.
Okay.
And so Emily and I were talking the other day. I said, I've got to convince Cooper that when we pull up on the line, everyone on the line at this next race, it's
Is
his
Campbell.
sister. It's his sister Campbell. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I was telling him that maybe it was today. I said, "Hey man, we need to start getting ready for this." He goes, "That's weird." and I said, "I know, bud, but I know you can do this. I fully believe in your ability. And now we've got you the machine. You just got to go do it." And he's like, "Oh, okay. I'll just go do it." And I'm like, "Oh, like that's it? Like
Yeah.
that? Oh, okay." So, anyways, but man,
you said it, Dad. Let's
yeah.
just go do it.
all good in our neck of the woods, man. Can't complain. Just living it up, man. So it's good to hear y'all are doing well. Fun fact, just found out today. We're recording this Wednesday, June the 25th. That's what I was
Yes.
going to say too.
Yeah, absolutely.
This will come out Thursday, the 26th. And if you were making plans to go to Honda Hills, that race, I'm sure you've seen online, but just getting out in front of it, that race has been rescheduled. There's some weather moving in. And so it will now be October 17th and 18th, Friday night and Saturday in October. So there was a chance it was going to be really hot. And now there's probably a chance there could be snow on the ground. It's southeast Ohio, I think.
Central,
mid-central,
eastern, east of Columbus.
Columbus, yeah. So whatever you had plans, now those are not planned. I did see that Sioux Valley Cycle Club is racing this weekend.
Okay, so, head up north to SVCC. But yeah,
get ready for the MWEDT coming there the 8th.
Coming up real soon. Let's see.
I got it right here. But yeah, so that's coming up.
Hey, and you didn't ask. This is episode 67. This is the 67 I can think of would be one Mr. Darrell.
Yeah.
Raff.
Oh my goodness. I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. So
he is a quad man.
He's a quad man.
That's a 67 has been around a minute.
Yeah. He was a 3-wheeler guy, and I remember. He had one of the scramblers back in the day.
Polaris Scrambler.
Polaris Scrambler that they had done up. He's done a lot of kind of one-off builds that are. You remember his Predators and the Outlaws?
He did that.
All those were super cool. He's got some good stuff, and I know
he's the one who stepped out with the Yamaha and did the Yamaha hybrid stuff. He's always looking for something a little different.
Yeah, and I know the Whites are big. A lot of Wrath components on their machines. A lot of those guys up there are Tyler Allen, Matt Tanksley. A lot of them are Wrath guys, so that's cool to see. So yeah, shout out to that's a great point. The 67, one Darrell Wrath. So
did you announce that SVCC will be taking place July 12th? That'll be
July 12th,
4th of the MWEDT.
So you got about
series.
3-4 weeks. So
Sweet.
get ready. You can go up there and get a little practice in since Honda Hills is.
I didn't include both dates. How about July 13th as well?
Sure.
Double header at SVCC.
Double header.
Oh, that's right.
Double header.
Yep. That's a great point.
So,
but hey, let's talk some Midwest series. This was round 3. Round 3 at Antigo, Wisconsin, and just right off the top, I had in our notes here that Landon was a live stream guy, but man, tell us about the track, Landon, because from what the videos and different things I could see, man, it looked fast, it looked busy, had kind of their tabletops more like a ski jump, big long ski jump. So give us a rundown. What'd you like? What'd you not like about it?
Yeah, so Greg Kruger made us a track.
Yep.
He was in charge of all the dirt work this weekend. Done a great job for what he had. He was telling me, he had I think 20 days of rain this month, so the fact that he even got a track in is pretty incredible.
Pretty remarkable, yeah.
But it was a little bit of everything, like had some jumps for the guys that like to jump. It was fast, it was busy, and just in the spots that you could tell held a little bit of water, it got rough.
Yeah. Yep.
Braking bumps. Especially coming off of the finish line, right after the finish line.
Yeah,
huge
it looked
braking bumps.
Looked real rough right there. Yep.
So, but it turned out to be a pretty good track. Just to be honest with you, on Friday night practice, I was not a fan. I was not a fan at all, and it started coming around,
Right.
But yeah, got some good blue groove in it. It was tacky. During the day, it did get a little dry slick, but nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice, no dust. It was awesome. So
fantastic.
But I think it turned out to be a good track. Promoted pretty good racing, and just an awesome turnout too. Which I think it was a bunch of local crowd, but
yeah, I had put that in my notes too, man. There was the open C class in 1424, which man, had to have LCQs. There were so many in there. That's great to see.
Yeah,
and
1424 C class, and I think that's it. But I know the Pro Light class had 19 in it. there was a couple other classes that had big numbers in them. So
We had 15 in the 200, 400.
Yeah, I mean it's
two-stroke 400 had 15 as well. Super Mini had 13. So
it's been a while since we've seen those kind of numbers in the Midwest, and it's good to see.
Yeah, and that's one thing, back beginning of the year was when the schedules start coming out, we talked about it and really gave a lot of praise to the series for getting more up north to those guys, because like the Whites, those guys I talked to, they talk about, man, we got a long drive to everything, and so now I kind of like, I mean, that's a long drive. How far was it for us?
It ended up being, I think stops and all, I think it was 14 hours,
14.
but we stop, we try to get fuel and roll.
Yeah.
But so we tried to make it as quick as we could.
Right. But I mean, that's a long haul, but to race that level of competition, it's kind of like, hey man, let's all partner up and throw in a couple rigs and make it happen. And so I think South Dakota will be a little closer, maybe. Same,
maybe about a couple hours. I think it's a little
11,
closer.
12 hours maybe.
But, all in all, from the outside looking in, I like to throw around that we a lot. It seemed like it was
the French speaking.
Yeah.
Oui.
Great turnout. But weather, everything, all that was good. Some really good racing. I mean, it seemed like a home run weekend. So
yeah, and it was hot up there. Like all the Wisconsinites, I guess you could call them. They were complaining about how it's so hot, and that morning, it was like 80 degrees, not a whole lot of humidity.
They were asking you to go back south. They said, go back to Arkansas and take this heat back.
This is awesome, 80 degrees. And then the humidity come out, and I was like, okay, I'll agree with you. It is hot.
Yeah, and but for up them, it's like, oh, it's so hot.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't going to bring the voice into it, but...
It's okay, Travis. When I talk to Travis,
they're definitely going to make fun of us.
Yeah,
like,
no doubt,
country
no
bumpkins.
doubt. Yeah.
They've been helping me out with it and stuff. So man, I was really really pumped to see it. There's times, man, you're like, it's one of those things like, hey man, we're kind of rolling the dice here. Let's see what happens. But what's the big race they do at SVCC kind of at the end of the season? It's the
Gary
Meyer Memorial. Right. And you see the people that turn out for that, and you're like, okay, Antigo to Sioux Valley, like it's a good drive, but that's still regionally pretty close for a big caliber race to come in. And so, like the Whites, the Lutz, all those guys are up there. So and the guys, Tanksley.
And also the Go For It track up there pulls great numbers. And we got to see that track on the way. That was kind of cool. So.
Well, you do have to build a good local racing base,
100%.
And then take the nationals there close to the local base. That's how you grow a great series right there. So,
it's awesome.
A home run.
Yep.
It was a home run.
Well, that's good. Well, let's get into some of the classes, man. I like how they've done like a 250 pro light class in both the series. That's been fun to see a lot of these guys that have the machines and get in there and mix it up. But Treven White, Kyler McCarl, and our man Duncan Hill, man, putting her on the box there in that pro light class. So big shout out to Kyler and Duncan. I know they've been putting in a lot of work, and Treven is really comfortable on that 250.
Man,
real comfortable. Yeah, I think I don't know all the ins and outs. Fun fact, we're going to ask him about it here in just a little bit. We got the Treven White going to jump on and call into the show, give us a little bit of his time. But, that was really exciting to see Kyler and Duncan get their way in there. So I always like shouting out guys, like that Open B class, Colin Hahn, man, he's really putting together an exciting season. And so, hey, we're watching, and if you're doing it, we'll shout you out. So keep it up, make it happen.
Yeah, I think Colin had a good run in the 14 to 24 too. I'm not sure his finish, but
he got third place in 14-24.
Yeah, so, I mean,
2 podiums, I'll take it.
Absolutely.
And then the Pro Light forfeit. Wait, what is this name? Williams. Huh. That must be a typo. No, man. You was it second, third off the start?
Yep. So I got a really good start. Came out second. Followed a local boy up there. I think he's friends with the Whites, and just kind of stayed right on him and just tried to pressure him into a mistake, and he finally made one, and then I think Treven was trying to do the same to me, but I thought the last lap Treven was yelling at me. He said he wasn't, but
we'll ask him here in a little bit.
I really started just laughing. I was like, man.
Do you think you've begun something? Like
Yeah,
this whole
I really
screamo
do.
racing trend or whatever? You think that other people are adopting it?
Hey, I mean, if you look, statistics show,
Okay.
You get behind somebody and start screaming, they're looking around everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they've never ever heard it. It's like,
Yeah.
No doubt.
who is behind me and why are they screaming?
Well,
Yeah.
you've taken and perfected what CJ, what Garrett do. They go and they just rev their engine really loud, like they're holding the throttle on a little bit
Yeah.
longer. Now you're adding yelling. They're like, is someone trying to kill me?
Exactly.
Is the machine on fire? Is there a tire falling off? I don't know. I mean, it gets you to thinking for sure. Kind of gets you off.
I like the strategy.
Hey, one thing that before we move on here, speaking of you, Landon, I saw this video and I just went back and double checked it. So the series posted, just the beginning. Pro Lot's always the first main event, and they're playing the national anthem, and it's so cool. They're panning across the front line there, and everybody's standing up, and kind of the flag is kind of back over your left shoulder, and so they're panning down the line, and all the guys are standing up, being reverent, being very respectful, for the national anthem. And there's one guy bent down trying to put his gloves on. And I'm like, I had to back it out. I got it paused right here. And I'm like, yep, that's Landon. Still standing. But
I looked at that and I was like,
laughing.
man, everybody's going to think I'm just disrespectful. It's
Yeah.
like, but I wasn't.
I know.
I was standing at attention just
He had to put his
Not 100%
gloves
attention.
back on because he had to take them off from
To
Super
sweep the
D's
line. That's
instruction
right.
to
See?
sweep the line.
100%.
So if it all comes back to Super D, probably, actually.
What's
I
funny
think I
is-
was trying to put my kill switch back in,
what
but
it
that's
looks
even
like.
better. Yeah, it's all Daniel's
That's
fault.
what it was. Yeah. I'll take it. It's funny now because on the live stream when they're showing it and people getting ready, people will comment and be like, "Oh boy, here he is." Usually our buddy Dave will text me and be like, "Hey man, they're doing it wrong again." So I always have to most of the time I'm watching, but if I'm not, I have to jump
But that
on.
was a cool
Yeah,
clip that Brian caught.
it really is.
And I wish they would do more of that. And I don't know if that was by design or if they was like, hey, we haven't done the national anthem yet, because I think they was about to start the race.
Ooh.
And but I think it was really cool to have the pro light guys on the line.
Yeah,
doing that.
for sure, man. Really, really cool. So one of the things I just realized is Treven jumped on, and we're going to ask him about his machine because he has one of the sweetest D-board CRFs on the planet.
Dude, that thing sounds nasty too.
I know. And we're going to ask him. He probably won't tell us, which is okay. That's fine. I'm going to ask. But him and Alec Fuller, the Fullers they're from that area and race up there a lot. And so our boy, the redneck, Daryl, goes up in their state, man. You went up there and you just took it from him.
That's been the plan all year. It's just not worked out that way.
I know, man. Well, that's awesome. Well,
Good
shout out
stuff. Way
those
to go,
guys
Lando.
in a good turnout. It's always cool to see. I don't remember who I was explaining. The levels. I said, pro's the cream of the crop. That's the tip of the spear. Then you've got your pro-am, and the pro lot is the top amateurs. Like those are the top of the top amateurs. And they were like, well, wouldn't that be pro-am? Because it's pro, but it's just right under pro because it's light. And I'm like, that's a good question. But anyways, I got distracted. I'm like, no. This is how it is. Don't confuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so moving on to that pro-am class, won the Shark, as our man Freddie likes to call him. Jace White getting the win, followed by Tyler Allen and Ryan Kisner. So it's good to see him up there shaking and baking, making some things happen. A young buck coming up, been a part of the series, been, their family's been racing for a long time. He started on the Durs and making it happen. But I've got here in my notes, Landon, so the Pro-Am race comes after. Pro Lot's first, and Pro-Am's probably middle way through.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, little mishap in the way the Joker line was in the heat race, so not the best starting position for the main, right? And I'm watching, I'm like, okay, either something's wrong in the machine or Landon's not feeling. There's something going on. Like I feel like I know you well enough. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And so Sunday, I'm like, all right, Landon, what's going on? And you were like, mystery meat.
Yeah.
So fill us in. What is going on here?
So after the Pro Light race, I think it was Pro Light was 1 and Pro Am was 8. And I get back, and like I said, it's humid, so I'm sweating. I can't stop, and I'm down like 3 bottles of cold water, feeling kind of sick, and so I asked James Johnson's wife. I'm like, "Hey, do y'all have anything to eat over here?" And she's like, "Well, I got some bologna," and I'm like, "That's a terrible idea, but yes, I need something." And so, dude, I get out there and I'm just like, I puked in my mouth a little bit, and I was like, you know what? This isn't worth it. And so I kind of stopped. I'm spitting a little bit and trying to get that taste out, and finally I just like, dude, I'm done. I took my goggles off, and then that wind on me just felt so good. I was like, I'm just going to finish the race like this.
Oh, yeah. But I'm watching, I'm like, what is he doing? And I'm like, well, Mama doesn't raise a quitter, never want to quit. And then he's like, dude, that bologna hit hard.
Oh, man. That's probably the worst idea I've ever had, but.
And then you said guys afterwards were like, did you throw up out there?
Yeah. Brian Clayton, he asked me, he's like, did you throw up in your helmet? I was like, I was really close, but I didn't.
You don't realize how bad I want
it was bad.
Oh, man.
Oh, dang it.
Anyways, oh, my God.
You have to have the proper nutrition, guys. Proper nutrition.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, the heat over in Maryland, the motocross guys raced at Budge Creek, and Brandon Hogue and Chad Whedon both had heat exhaustion symptom stuff, like vision going blurry and some different issues, man. So that heat it hit hard all of a sudden.
It's a real deal, man. It is definitely the real deal. You got to watch out.
That's why you need
110% nutrition.
Your aminos. Absolutely. Right. Speaking of that, I drank some aminos the other night. Usually I only do it when, hey, we're going to go on a bike ride or run or something. You're going to be out in the heat a while to try to replenish yourself. But it was just in the afternoon. I'm like, I'm just going to drink a little bit of aminos. Dude, I was up at 4 the next morning, did my workout, and was productive all day long. Felt fantastic. And I'm like, the only thing I changed yesterday was I drank aminos in the afternoon.
I need to replace the bologna with some aminos, man.
You need get rid of the bologna.
Yeah, you do,
for
man.
Sure. It's like if we're on a spectrum of bologna to aminos, there's a lot of things you can choose between.
Love to just holler at AJ right now. Hey, man, what's your professional opinion? Because he's just a meathead, just cut to the core. Hey, what's your professional opinion? Would you choose the ultra white aminos or a slice of bologna?
Definitely the Oscar Mayer brand.
Yeah.
Or are we talking like Clover Valley?
I don't know. I just remember the type you have to peel the red thing off the edge. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to that story. As soon as she gives me the bologna and I already had the little red strip pulled off, she's like, "Well, I've got a granola bar up here." I was like, "Well, that would have been nice."
Yeah. I got whatever's in bologna or tree bark.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go with the tree bark. Oh my God.
Hey, beggars can't be choosers,
right.
but in
That's
hindsight,
right.
you might not beg.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was tickled with it. But man, so back on track here. By the way, when you need to get on track and you need to focus on what you're doing and really, grab the handlebars, you need a set of Phoenix handlebars. You need to use our code RITR15 at checkout to save you some dollars on those Phoenix handlebars. But back to the pro class, man, Jace was doing Jace things, and Jace likes to flatland everything, like way past the landing.
Yeah. Yep.
And just decided to blow his coil wire off.
Yeah.
And but that's part of racing. No, Ryan Kisner gets his first pro win. So
congratulations
that is super exciting
to
for him.
Ryan Kisner.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
man.
cool. Really cool to watch.
And from what I can tell, you were boots on the ground, but Tyler Allen was just smelling the grab bar the whole race.
He dogged him the whole time. But, I mean, props to Ryan because, I mean, if you can withstand that abuse for 15 laps, then you're doing something,
You're doing something right. It's kind of like last year in Pro Light, he learned from another guy that was just right there, and really
screaming at him,
really training him up,
Yeah.
So I bet he made sure to come over and say, "Hey man, thanks for getting me prepared."
Yeah, Nick, I'm still waiting on that. But.
And then Brian Shrimp rounds out the podium there. So man, just a good weekend. Wasn't able to be there, but from everything I saw, man, it looked like it was a home run. Good time for sure, and good turnout. And
Did you say Brian Shrimp?
Tyler
Tyler
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
I'm
Brian,
sorry.
Brian's the dad.
Yep.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, Tyler. Yep. I didn't catch it.
I've got it. I'm looking at it right here. Sorry, Tyler. My bad.
I don't know. Maybe you said Tyler.
I most definitely said Brian.
Okay.
So, my bad. Shout out
didn't know
to
if I
the
was losing
Shrimp
it.
family for making it happen.
Yeah,
hey,
there you go.
it takes Brian to
That's right.
It's a family thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Well, tell you what, let's we're gonna catch a little break here because I got to do some on the old computer here, and we're gonna be right back with the Treven White. So tell you what, y'all stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome to join in Mr. Treven White. Hey guys, let's welcome in Mr. Treven White, little man syrup from Wisconsin, the 29 machine. Treven, what's up, man?
What's up?
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Treven.
I like hunting and fishing and riding my 4-wheeler.
As far as riding your 4-wheeler, you know how to ride that thing pretty fast. Tell us a little bit about this machine. Super D's been hyping this machine up that you have. So tell us a little bit about the machine you're riding.
It's a kind of a little bit of a Frankenstein between a 2020 and a 2023 Sierra 450R. And it's D-stroke to 400 cc's.
Okay. So that thing rips, huh?
Can we share torque and horsepower numbers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we can? Or it rips?
No.
No. It does. It does rip.
No,
Treven.
it does rip. No, I'm not sharing the specifics with you. I know for sure that you can rip on that thing. So, but you do have a 250 as well, or am I mistaken?
Yep.
So what? Tell
Yeah,
us.
I got 250 too.
So on the 250, are we CRF 250 on that? Tell me about that machine.
Yeah, it's a 2020 CRF 250 with a 2025 head on it.
Sweet. And so I'm assuming the build, aside from the motor, the chassis is very similar to what your brother Jace rides. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yeah.
So does Dad do most of the setup?
Yeah, kind of.
Do you ever give him any feedback, Treven, or do you just get on the thing and just rip?
I give him some feedback sometimes.
Dad, I need some more traction, please. Tell me about your best race to this date so far, Treven. Like, what's the most memorable race you have?
Probably Ohio last year.
Well, break it down for us. Tell us what happened at Ohio last year to make it a memorable one.
I don't know.
What class?
Just the junior 12 to 15 one.
There we go.
Did we come home with the dub, or was it?
Yeah.
Was it memorable because of what you had to do in the race?
Well, I had to block.
Hey, me too, Treven.
So you had to figure out how to hold your line and not let them around, just much like this past weekend when you were behind Landon, huh?
Yeah.
They had the pressure on, had to figure out how to undergo the pressure. Now, question, was Landon yelling backwards at you? Because, you know, he's a yeller when he races. Was he yelling back at you, or were you yelling at him?
I never yelled at him. I never heard him yell.
Oh,
I could have swore I heard you yell at me in one corner, and I just really started laughing. I was like, dude, this is awesome. And, but yeah, I mean, I was definitely being a roadblock toward you. But, you know, I don't know what to say about that, but.
I mean, what are you going to do, man?
Yeah, I mean,
what are you going to do?
But no, you were pressuring me everywhere, and I was like, I cannot let this kid get around me. Like, I'll never live this down, which it's going to happen one day, probably soon. So whenever that time comes, we'll get there when it's time.
Yeah, we'll get there when it's time.
So, Treven, what do you do as far as cross training? Like, what do you do in between races as far as riding and stuff? I know I've seen videos of you and Jace battling out. So you have a practice track. What do you do there?
We got practice quads and a practice track. We ride whenever we can.
Do we ride any other machines, like any pit quads? Do we ride pit bikes or anything else like that? Or is it strictly our race and practice quads?
We got the practice quads that we ride basically every day, and then me and Jace like to go ride the pit bike sometimes.
Sweet. So just ripping something with some handlebars is your big strategy, huh? And always racing brother. You think that's what's made you so fast?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I don't know if you've listened to our podcast in the past, but Super D has kind of this ongoing theme of being a younger brother. So he's a fan of younger brothers. And we've mentioned younger brothers actually coming up as they grow up and being faster than older brothers. I'm an older brother, so I don't know really where I stand on it because my sister never really raced. But we have seen historically that little brothers, when they get it all together, good things happen. How you feel about that? Sounds like you feel great, Treven.
Sure hope that happens.
All right. I like you're hopeful. You're hopeful.
I'm a little brother. Landon's a little brother. And I think it's safe to say that probably growing up, we weren't faster, but there was this breakover point, and you're getting there real close.
Absolutely.
And then, man, we just left the older brothers in the dust, man. So I'm here for it.
So tell me about you and Jace. Like, what's your relationship like? Like, are you brothers who fight constantly? Are you brothers who get along a lot? What's the White household like?
Well, we like to screw off of each other a lot.
All right, I like it.
Sometimes.
So every moment you're awake, you've got to be aware of what's going on, because younger brother Treven or older brother Jace have got something up their sleeve. Is that what I'm hearing?
I guess.
Is Jace in the room with you? Is he messing with you right now?
No.
Okay. All right. So we can talk however we want about him then, huh? Although I'm a big fan of Jace. He's really fast. I think he's a great racer. Who are your racing heroes or your role models? Like, who do you try to fashion your riding style after? Who are the guys you look up to? Who do you want to be like?
My brother.
It's a good.
I like it. I like it. So you and your brother are like this, but you're actually like this. I'm feeling it, and people can't tell my hand gestures. I was doing the knuckles together, like, you know, their button heads are messing with each other, but actually the boys are pretty tight. All right. So he says he looks up to his brother Jace, and you know, the little bit I know about Jace, I would say he's a pretty good role model as well. So now this is a very, very, very important question, Treven. So I want you to listen closely, think very hard about it. But who is your current crush?
For all the listeners, Treven has turned unbelievably red. His fingers are in his hair. He's really nervous.
He's looking at his mom, wondering if he can answer the question.
Oh, he's got a sign. Lutz Racing. You got the hots for Levi?
No, not him.
Oh,
okay. Good.
Wyatt, got it. Yeah.
No, not him.
No. So Leah Lutz. Hey, shout out to Leah Lutz, man. She got a podium in the women's class, man. She got off that 300EX, and man, she is figuring out she's riding a 350, right, Treven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to the 350 girls.
I love it. Sorry, I got multiple texts when I was like, "Hey, we're gonna be interested in." I got multiple texts. I was like, "Hey, man, ask Treven how his lady game's going." So anyway, it's getting weird, Treven.
Yeah,
hey, appreciate it. Gotcha.
Yeah. Another important question, Treven.
This is a big one. This is almost as big as the previous one. So here you go.
Absolutely, because we know weight is horsepower, and you're cranking out some HP. But how much do you actually weigh?
88 pounds.
88. It's a great number, dude.
I had a low-key bet with Landon. I was like, man, I think he's probably right at 100, 105. 88.
Oh, my goodness.
That's horsepower right there, baby.
I love it.
Is.
It's strategic, man. Hey, you know who else is the little guy that is absolutely crushing it? Joel Hetrick.
And he is the 88. Joel.
He is the man.
Absolutely.
So, there you go. There you go.
Treven, do you follow any of the MX or cross-country guys?
Sometimes, not really.
You're strictly an EDT guy. And also an ice racing guy. So give us a little insight. I always get curious on ice racing because it's something I have never done before. Tell me a little bit about the cool aspects of ice racing.
Oh, it's awesome. It's the non-studded machine. You're just got not much traction. You just send it into the corner completely sideways.
And so do you think
Pretty fun.
that's where you and your brother kind of adopt that style of just pitching the machine all the way sideways is from the ice racing? And is that where your background's from? Like, did you start ice racing before TT racing? Okay. That makes sense. So how cold is it, though? That's the thing that concerns me because I'm a wimp when it comes to being cold.
Well, it can be anywhere from negative 10 degrees to 25 degrees.
So, oh my gosh. So do you come off the track and like immediately go over to the propane heater or what?
Oh, yeah.
Got to do something to stay warm, like have your hand down by the engine as you're got her pitched sideways so that your clutch hand doesn't freeze up or something?
Maybe. Maybe it's super cold.
Treven said, I just race. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I just pitch the thing sideways and I go. I find some traction. What else, Treven? What else would you like to share with the listeners or the other racing world out here?
They need to try an ice racing 4-wheeler.
That's right.
I agree.
Come on, let's grow the ice racing world. That would be cool. Super D and I want to, and I guess Landon probably would be up for it as well, to get out and at least watch some ice racing. I don't know if I want to freeze. I want to stand. I want to stand by the heater.
Well, our man CJ went up there and tried it out, and he was like, "Dude, it's another world."
Another world up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Treven, what about every time that we have someone on here, we tell them, hey, who do you want to thank? Who are the people that are really behind your program and make racing a reality for you?
My mom and dad at Little Man Syrup, John Butnick at B&B Power Sports putting our motor packages together, Nate McNett for the new Pep shocks this year, Dustin Martin at QA Hybrids, Danny Walton at Jet Labs, and 0127.
I was about to say, you better throw that one in there.
That's right. Well, Treven, man, it's been a good time talking to you. I know Super D was trying to embarrass you, and that it worked there a little bit, you know. No, actually, it was employed by Jace.
Yeah,
it was all Jace. So you can 100%. Thank him for that.
Yeah.
But man, we appreciate you for getting on here with us and spending a little time with us, sharing a little insight into the White household. And I'll tell you here, we're big fans of the White household. Like, you guys have come on the EDT scene by storm, and you're killing it out there, and we're major fans. So keep it up, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Well, hey, man, that's a little time with Treven White. So we're going to catch a break, and we'll be right back. Y'all stay with us. Hey, man, thank you again to Treven for giving us some time tonight. It's man, I don't know why, but it is so, like, granted, I work with teenagers, right? And there's just something about, like, if people ask me right now, hey, how's your love life? How's Emily? Oh, it's great. You know, it's not weird. It's not awkward. But there's something about, like, that middle school, junior high boy rate that they just, it's the funniest thing, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, older brother had definitely dropped me a text. He's like, hey, man, ask Treven what's going on. But, hey, we love the Lutz family, man. They made some signs. They made some stickers for us. So big shout out to the Lutz family. They're a great group of folks. Do they have folks in Wisconsin? Folks?
What? They wouldn't say it that way.
Probably not.
We have folks.
Well, folks, yeah. But hey, good people. Love the snow cones. Always a good time over there. So shout out to them as well. So thanks, Treven, for giving us some time tonight. And I'm telling you, man, I'm standing behind this little brother thing. I love
it.
Here for it.
All right. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still a Jace fan, but I like the little brother too. I
Yep.
mean, Treven's got some mean style.
He does.
He does for sure.
88 pounds.
Yeah, boy.
And if you think about the horsepower to weight ratio, like he could ride a 350 and be screaming, you know?
Well, I mean, he screams on the 250.
He screams
know?
on the 250. Yeah.
Yep.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. Love it. Well, and again, I've got it here in my notes because I'd put these together before it was announced. But again, Honda Hills canceled this weekend. There's some weather moving in, and so they don't want everybody to make the trek up there and get swamped in or not
Smart
be able
call.
to. Yep. Good
Smart.
call. Punt. Move on to the next one. So their next one will be for the-
Pine Lake in July.
yeah, the end of
Yeah.
July. So, man, they got
Yeah,
almost
it's
a month.
long break.
Yeah, but there's a lot of a local series that these guys, they're right track there in Antigo. Go for it's right there. I think SVCC's racing this weekend. So there's plenty of other options for people to get some ride time in, or hey, go hang out with the Whites and jump on their practice boxes.
There you
Apparently they got a fleet of them. So
Yeah.
I like it. Make it happen. But hey, before we get out of here on episode 67, I'd put a little note in here. Just something I was thinking about today, but you're created on purpose for a purpose. And we all know that my purpose is stand-up comedy. I would go broke. But what does that mean to you? And I'll just kind of pitch it over to your guys, and we'll kind of chat it up. And what does it mean to you? You were created on purpose for a purpose.
So when you think of purpose, like I think kind of you look within the man, like what drives us, right? I mean, we have goals. We think we have things we want to achieve in life. For so long when you're growing up, people ask, what are you going to do when you get older? So that kind of that paints up what your purpose is. What they mean, like, what are you going to do for a job? What are you going to do for society? You're asked this question over and over again. You think about it. And so that becomes your focus a little bit. For me, personally, my purpose for a while was I wanted to be a professional racer. I mean, I felt like I had a special skill and special qualities. I had people backing me up and was making my way through the ranks. And I thought my purpose is to be a professional racer. And I mean, I made it to that level. I just didn't sustain that career because God had other plans for me, right? So then my purpose became, well, what am I going to do for a job? That's, people always asking you what you're going to do. I became a therapist. Really, God had kind of orchestrated different events in my life and made me with a certain personality that therapy fit. I was used to rehabbing and recovering. But then you kind of, as you get going in your career, I don't know if you guys have faced this, and I don't know if I'm going too deep or not, but this is just kind of what I had thought of. You're like, really, what is my purpose? My purpose isn't necessarily to make money. I mean, I have to provide for my family. So you start looking inwardly, like what are those core values and beliefs? And faith is a very core value and belief in my life. And so if you look back, if you study the Bible, if you study Christianity, if you study Jesus, the whole reason that God created us was to have a relationship with him. So that's I think our first and foremost purpose is to find that relationship, to actually repent, surrender, and have that relationship with God. And then to realize that he made you in a specific way. He put you in a specific place for a specific task. And I think he commands us first to love him with all our heart, soul, and mind. And second is to love our neighbor as ourselves. So he puts us around other people. So our purpose is to bring to other people those qualities that he's put within us. I think it's really, I hope I'm articulating that in the right manner, but use your skills to build others up. Ultimately, we want to point them towards Christ, but we want to complete other people, if you will. I mean, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think, us three guys, we each bring something to each other's life, but apart from God, our lives will never be full, but we do build each other up in a sense. So I think really, I've got a verse here. So Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them." So I think God has a work to do through each one of us, and that's only attained through walking with him. So we have to be in fellowship and communion with God to really understand and really pull out that purpose that he's placed within each one of us to truly love our neighbor as ourselves is really where I was going with that. But I think I just kind of swiftly carried you through my life's journey of finding purpose. But I mean, that is ultimately where my purpose is at, is being found in Christ, in a relationship with him. And then as I follow his lead in my life, like where that leads me into relationships with other people, is a blessing and is a joy that's undescribable.
There you go. Well, it's kind of funny because working with high school students, and we just went through graduation season, it's always funny because students are just getting, like, they're graduating high school, and just the low-hanging fruit question is, well, hey, where are you going to go to school? What are you doing with your life? And you kind of feel all this pressure, like, hey, I just wanted to graduate high school. I just want to take this step and, like, have some breathing room, you know? And so as someone that works with students a lot, and that kind of comes up all the time, I just joke with them. I was like, hey, man, I've been doing this for, 15 years now. I still don't know what I want to do with my life. And they're like, oh, so you don't have to have it all figured out? I said, no, man. I said, now I love what I do, and this is where I feel like my skills fit because I'm just a grown child. And so working with teenagers kind of seems fitting, right? I said, but yeah, man, I just trust God that he has a plan, and this is the door that's open, and I'm going to be here until it's not. And it may never show. I may be here for forever. I don't know. And just trust that he's got a plan and he's got a purpose, and it's going good so far. So I'll just keep right on going with it. But yeah, I always like to joke, I'm like, man, I still don't know what I want to do with my life when I grow up. And they're like, Daniel, you're like pushing 40. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not a grown up yet. My parents are grown ups, but I'm still trying to figure this thing out. So it's just always fun. Kind of have that banter back and forth with them.
I had this other quote that I wanted to share with y'all. God isn't just looking for what you do, but why you do it. So, it's not necessarily outwardly just what I do, but what's the motive of the man, basically. Mm-hmm. Like that purpose is within, really. The purpose isn't an outward thing. So it's inward. It's really looking deep in that man and saying, why do I choose to do the things that I do? Why do I choose to respond the way I respond? And that can go very deep, but know that our actions always glorify God.
Mm-hmm.
Should. If we act and carry ourselves in a manner that he's called us to, it will bring glory to him. So wherever he's placed you, whatever skill that he's given you, do it for his glory.
I'm here for it, man. I'm all about it. Well, boys, as always, I'm always like, man, we're going to get to an hour. I don't think there's like some law out there. It's like, hey, your podcast episodes have to be an hour. But that's kind of what we always shoot for.
59 minutes is what I'm shooting for,
We're at 53.
Perfect.
Well, man, thanks again to Treven. Thank you for all you listeners. It's not lost on us. We wouldn't be here without you. So thanks for listening, and make sure to, if you're needing some fuel, get some of that dragon fuel. If you're looking for a nice deer hunt coming up in the fall, reach out to Eric at Close Encounter Whitetail Outfitters. Always love Miss Debbie 88 Live to Ride and all the things that they do. All Terrain Motorsports. I saw Kevin Allen. If you're needing some fireworks, Kevin Allen is he's selling fireworks at the shop. So, I mean, this guy can literally do it all for your 4th of July. Get your quad running and help you blow some stuff up. So,
fantastic.
Reach out to him. Kaiser Wheels, 110% nutrition. All the folks making it happen. Really appreciate it. Phoenix Handlebars, Sofa Brand, MX. Get you some. Use our code RTRP at checkout and get you some of that Sofa Brand. All the things. Yes.
Fantastic.
Close us out, Mitchell.
All right, Father God, thank you for another day to fulfill the purpose you have for us. Pray for all the listeners out there. I pray that they would find that relationship with you, that they would find that purpose you have for them, and that we just encourage and build each other up, Lord. We thank you for the way you blessed us in this life that's connected us in racing. You're a great God. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Well, that's episode 67. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.